Could some spirit guides be of the false light? Well, let's remember what the Apostle Paul told us in 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. So who are we really calling upon when we ask our guides and angels for help? They could be false light beings that pose as angels or helpers from the astral realm, and these types usually want something in return. Now that the veils of illusion are dissolving, or finding out that not all of our so-called guidance has our best interests in mind. This is by Michelle Walling on Humans Are Free. If we've been following articles, we know there have been several articles about the false light matrix or demiurge. In these articles, she explains that there are beings posing as archangels, guides, and lords of the light. Very clever confusion has been inserted with the New Age term spirit guides. Many people have given their power over to paying homage to beings of light, quote unquote, that may or may not be of a benevolent nature. Even Lucifer is a bringer of light. Do you want Lucifer to be your guide? The real question becomes, why are we giving our power away to someone outside of ourselves? It seems that beings caught in the astral realm will do anything to feed off our energy, including bringing messages forth that seem like they are full of love and light and have our best interests in mind. But most of these deception tactics will include mostly spiritual truths to hook you, and then will include one thing that drains your energy right out. And many times these beings will pose as spirit guides that claim to be helping you along your journey up the ladder of spiritual growth, whereas they are not. Examples include suggesting a particular spiritual practice that will allow them to tie into your energy, asking that you meditate on their image in your third eye, or leading you to pray to them for help. These tactics are very similar to the religious doctrines. Other tricks include ongoing false hope that may include giving specific dates for a great transformation or the event, and they are tied into your chakra system that they can very easily implant visions that you would defend because, after all, it came from your own third eye. This constantly causes disappointment, which can lead to negative energy and depression, of course. Other examples are that they may lead you to live in a certain place that is not good for your energy, with the guise of having to having a job to do, which brings confusion as your vibration continues to decline. And many people have stated seeing Jesus in apparitions, stating that they see a person or have had an ascending master appear before them. Some people see things being in their third eye in a meditative state or have dreams about them. Sometimes these beings actually enter the third eye. These are false light beings, easily having the ability to emulate feelings of love and home during this kind of contact by taking and draining your energy and mirroring it back to you. This false love that they project is recognizable because it is the same tactic they use to trick souls into staying in the reincarnation cycle over and over again. There are definitely beings from the true light outside of the demiurge that are available to help guide us. True beings of the light would never tell you what to do. They are not allowed to directly interfere with humanity unless the planet is about to be destroyed by nuclear weapons. They would never jump into your third eye, solar plexus, or other energy vortexes. But just as a child grows up and learns how to be independent, the real lesson is beginning to be realized since we are all aspects of Source. We as Source do not need any outside protection. Recognizing any being that is greater than you automatically leads to giving your power away by thinking you are lesser than that being. It does not mean that you cannot call on your true higher self team for a bit of matrix assistance. However, calling on a bit of assistance and giving the power away to master your own matrix are two different things. The biggest fear of the false light beings is for us to realize that we are a fractal aspect of Creator, Source being that has the ability to create reality and manifest from the organic background energy. They do not want us to realize that they have been feeding off our source energy because we are their last vestige of hope for survival, as they are disconnected from source energy. All we need to do is believe in who and what we are, and the barriers begin to dissolve. Just like anything else, it takes intention, dedication, and belief in yourself. The one thing we can count on is our true essence, and the best thing we can do for ourselves is to be that essence. Our physical bodies have an amazing ability to discern and learn to listen to the body's clues and cues is important. When something does not feel right, you have to go to your heart over what a supposed guide may be telling you. You can also do a changing of the guard revocation, demanding that any beings that are not in your highest and best good for the level you are at now leave your energy field. Continue to cut all cords that are tied to you that are not in your highest and best interest. So this is on Humans Are Free, and that is what her article wrote. I would advise you to go back to the basics, go back to, as we now are heading into in a couple of days, we have our feast of Christ's birth. Christ did not come in vain. He gave us all the spiritual means of defending ourselves that we need, and you'll find them at the Christian Orthodox sacraments. And I would venture to say that to protect yourself from such beings, you can't do it alone. You cannot. You need ways to do it through the sacraments. One way is to cleanse yourself, and it's a way of baptizing yourself every time you go for a holy confession, and of course partaking in the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Holy Eucharist, for protection. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.